The Tiger and the Rabbit is a Puerto Rican story that tells how the rabbit, a small but clever animal, defeats the mighty but stupid tiger.
Our story today, The Tiger and the Rabbit, comes from Puerto Rico, an island in the Caribbean Sea. Puerto Rico is a Spanish name, which means rich port. Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States of America, and its people are United States citizens, but they have their own government. Now, the first people to live here were the Indians, called Arawaks. Later, Spaniards and Africans settled on the island. So today, Puerto Rico reflects the contributions of all three cultures. The Spanish heritage of Puerto Rico is seen in the language and customs of its people. Spanish is the main language, although many Puerto Ricans also speak English. The Tiger and the Rabbit is an animal story, and people everywhere love stories about animals. Stories from Spain tell about small animals that defeat mighty ones, and a little animal may be a mouse or an ant. But in Central America, it's often the rabbit. You see, the character of the rabbit was brought to Puerto Rico in the African tales of long ago. Y ahora, escuchemos. Listen now to the tale of the tiger and the rabbit. Hace mucho tiempo. Long, long ago, all the animals were friends and lived at peace with one another. That is, except for the tiger. The tiger liked to eat small animals, and his favorite meal was the rabbit. The rabbit, for this reason, became very clever and quick-witted. In fact, the rabbit thought the tiger was a stupid, clumsy fool. Even so, he always tried to stay out of the tiger's way. One day, the rabbit was playing his guitar under the shade of a tree. Along came the tiger and creeped up on the rabbit. Well, before the rabbit could get away, the tiger jumped and grabbed him. "Aha! Now I've caught you," said the tiger. The little rabbit pretended not to be scared and answered calmly, "Ah, well, Tiger, you've come along at the right time. I was just sitting here playing my guitar and thinking about the best way to die. And if you knew what was going to happen, you would not care to live either." "What's going to happen?" asked the tiger. "Oh, hurry. Eat me and be done with it," said the rabbit. "You will need all the strength you can get." "But what's going to happen?" demanded the tiger. "You mean you haven't heard?" said the rabbit. "There's a hurricane coming, and it's worse than any we've ever had. They say that all the animals will be washed away." "Oh, that's terrible," cried the tiger. "What am I going to do?" "For you, there's hope," said the rabbit. "You can tie yourself to a good, strong tree. But for me, it's hopeless." "Tie myself to a tree?" whimpered the tiger. "Sure. This one will do. It's withstood several hurricanes and will certainly stand another." "Oh, thank you. Thank you for helping me," said the tiger. "I don't want to be washed away." So the rabbit tied the tiger to the tree. Then he climbed up the tree to keep his eye on the tiger. Just then, a small herd of goats came walking down the road. When they first saw the tiger, they were frightened. But then they noticed the tiger was tied to the tree, and they laughed and laughed. You wouldn't be laughing if you knew what was going to happen, said the tiger. Oh, really? What's going to happen? Asked the goats. A hurricane is coming, and it's going to wash all of us away. A hurricane? Said the goats. We haven't heard of a hurricane. The goats talked among themselves, and finally said to the tiger, We have come from the mountains and across the hills, and no one has mentioned such news. There's no hurricane coming. The tiger knew at once he had been tricked, and the sight of the fat little goats made him even more angry because he was hungry. Well then, why don't you untie me? Said the tiger. But the goats just laughed and ran away. Well, what could be funnier than a tiger tied to a tree? Oh, the tiger struggled and struggled, but he only got more and more tangled. In a while, a monkey came by and saw the tiger tangled up in the rope. He called all his friends to come and see. What are you looking at? Said the angry tiger. You look very funny, said the monkey. Why are you all tangled up in that rope? I've been trapped by a very evil creature. Let me go, and I'll tell you who it was, so he won't catch you. Oh, no. If I let you go, you will eat us up, said the monkey. I've never eaten a monkey, lied the tiger. I promise I won't eat you. Oh, the monkeys believed him and began to chew on the ropes. As soon as the tiger's paw was free, he grabbed the monkey. He was about to eat him when the rabbit called from above. That's not the way to eat a monkey. What do you mean? Said the tiger. The way to eat a monkey is to throw him in the air and catch him in your mouth, said the rabbit. Oh, anybody can do that, said the tiger as he threw the monkey in the air. Well, the monkey grabbed onto a branch, while the rabbit took his guitar and dropped it into the tiger's mouth. The poor tiger ran off into the forest, coughing and choking. Oh, the tiger was furious that he had been tricked again. He swore he would eat the rabbit if it was the last thing he did. Well, then one day, he saw the rabbit carrying some cheese near a river. This is my chance. Now I'm going to eat you, he said. Yes, said the rabbit, but first, taste this fine cheese. Where did you get this? Said the tiger. Oh, there's lots of it at the bottom of the river. If you tie a rock to your body, it will help you sink. There is much more down there than I alone can carry. More cheese, said the tiger. I must have more. And he ran off to look for some rocks. Leave some for me, called the rabbit. But the tiger had already tied several large rocks to his legs and jumped right into the water. The tiger sank down, down, down into the river and looked around, but nowhere did he see any cheese. Soon he ran out of air and started to struggle to get to the surface, but the rocks kept him down. Oh, he thrashed and pulled. Poor tiger, he swallowed water and choked. Finally, the tiger grabbed onto a branch, and he pulled himself to the surface. As he lay on the riverbank, he swore again and again, "Someday I'll eat that rabbit. Someday I'll eat that rabbit." A long time passed, and the rabbit stayed clear of the tiger. But one day, the rabbit was talking with the fox. "The tiger is the smartest animal in the world," said the fox. The rabbit only laughed. "The tiger is a fool," he said. "The tiger is so dumb, he would even let me ride him like a horse." "I don't believe that," said the fox. "I'll prove it to you," answered the rabbit. "I'll come by your house and make the tiger rear up just like a horse." Well, one Sunday, Fox was entertaining Tiger at his house. The two ate until they were full and satisfied. "What we need is some music," said the fox. The tiger agreed. "Since you provided this excellent feast, I'm going to get the best guitar player in the area to come and play for us. Well, the best guitar player in the area just happened to be the rabbit. The tiger, having forgotten about his promise to eat the rabbit, went to get him to play his guitar for them. Well, when the rabbit saw the tiger at his door, he hid under his bed. "Rabbit, Rabbit," called the tiger, "my friend the fox is having a feast, and we need the best guitar player in the area to play for us." The rabbit called back in a very weak voice, "I cannot come out. I'm very sick." "But you must come. I've given my word to the fox. Besides, I'm so full right now I couldn't eat you if I tried. Please, you must come." Well, the rabbit thought of a way to prove to the fox what a fool the tiger really was. He wrapped a handkerchief around his head and used a stick as a cane. He opened the door and moaned, "I'm so sick. I can't walk." "Come along," said the tiger. "I'll carry you on my back." The rabbit tried to crawl onto the tiger's back, but he immediately fell off. "Oh, this won't do," said the rabbit. "I can't ride on your back unless I have a blanket." "Certainly," said the tiger. "Hurry, the fox is waiting." The rabbit went into his house and came out with a blanket. But no sooner had he climbed on than he fell off again. "I'm afraid this won't do either," he said. "I will need a small saddle. I think I have one someplace." "All right, but hurry," said the tiger. He put a bridle on the tiger, fixed on the saddle, put spurs on himself, and climbed onto the tiger with his guitar. "I'm ready," he said at last. And with his hands on the reins, the rabbit and the tiger trotted off to the fox's house. When they arrived, the rabbit called to the fox, "Come and see your friend." And he put his spurs into the tiger's side and made him rear like a horse. As the tiger ran off into the forest, the fox thought to himself, "That tiger is a fool. The rabbit was right." Later that day, the tiger and the rabbit returned to the fox's house and rejoined the feast. The rabbit played his guitar beautifully. The tiger finally realized how smart the rabbit really was. And from that day, they have been good friends. Until, of course, when the tiger gets hungry again. Y colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado. This was one of the stories from a book called The Tiger and the Rabbit and Other Tales, collected by Pura Belpré. You can find it in your school or public library. Read the tale of Nangato the cat and La Hormiguita the little ant. Look for these tales from Puerto Rico and stories from all over the world. Y colorín colorado, este cuento se ha acabado. Share a story with a friend so
The preceding program was funded in part by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.